It's a real pleasure to welcome in Byron Donalds, Congressman, Florida's 19th congressional district. Congressman, it's a real pleasure to have you on, sir. Thanks for your time. Hi.
No, thanks for having me on. But when it comes to this indictment, this thing is a complete travesty of justice. And just to surmise, the president of the United States, any president of the United States, we know they take classified documents. We know they take other documents and other effects with them. Every president does this. It's not new stuff. What they're trying to do is say that, because he talked about a document with somebody else, allegedly, I might add, because the audio hasn't been released. This transcript is a leaked transcript, which, by the way, is illegal, and it's leaked to the press. So I'm going to put that aside for a moment. They're basically saying that because he did that, because he moved boxes, he obstructed justice. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Obstructing justice means there has to be an underlying crime, and there is no underlying crime because presidents are allowed to have documents. They all have documents. What this is a political hit job, and I think that people are sick of it, not just Republicans, but I think people are sick of it. Because if you look at our cities where you have district attorneys who are not enforcing the law, but then they're going to go invent charges against a former president simply because you just don't like the man. And let's be very clear, a lot of this is we don't like him. That actually is un-American. It is destructive of our judicial system. And I think that's the stuff that we got to stand against as Americans.
Congressman Byron Donalds with us, Florida's 19th congressional district. The House Oversight Committee seems to have some pretty bombshell stuff on what I think is an actual story, and that's the compromised Biden family and maybe tens of millions of Donalds, says Comer. Tens of millions of dollars, I should say, the Biden has collected in the family, laundered through the family from foreign entities. What do you know about that, and where does it go from here? This is another one of these things that kind of got swallowed up in the news of Trump last week, probably on purpose.
I think there are no coincidences here. I've read the document from the FBI, so I will tell you firsthand. The document clearly states that the confidential informant alleges that Joe Biden was paid $5 million and Hunter Biden was paid $5 million through a series of accounts, which is actually consistent with how Hunter Biden moves all his other money so that it can be concealed from the American taxpayer and can be concealed from the IRS. So, Joe Biden likes to say he wants everybody to pay his fair share. Well, I guarantee you this. He ain't paying no taxes on that $5 million. I guarantee you that. So that money was moved through, and this is what the confidential human source has said, that a Burisma exec or somebody high up in Burisma paid the Bidens so that Joe Biden could use his office to pressure Ukraine to fire the prosecutor looking into Burisma. That is pay for play. That is corruption. It's public corruption. And the fact that the FBI looked at this report, said it was disinformation, even though the source that brought it to them is still on the FBI's payroll, has been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by the FBI. It's still an active source of the FBI, but it got stuck in a box somewhere because somebody at the political level of the FBI basically said there's nothing to see here. This is the problem in our country because you do have two standards of justice. If you're a Democrat politician, and as long as you literally don't have the smoking gun in your hand, they will cover for you and they will let it all go away. If you're a Republican politician, they're going to invent crimes to try to stop you.
Congressman Byron Donalds, again, the 19th District of Florida. I appreciate all your time today. Could I just ask you briefly in closing? I'll let you run. What do you think will come of this House Oversight Committee? Where are we taking it? Where will it go, or what can happen here, if anything?
Listen, I think we're just getting started. I think what we're going to do is reveal more information. And then what we want to see happen are changes to the law that prevent family members of the executive to be involved in these pay-for-play schemes. Or
is this impeachment worthy, Congressman? I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you think it's impeachment worthy? Could it be? Could we see a vote on impeachment, do you think?
Depending on what we find, I definitely believe so. And I think the difference here is that what Nancy Pelosi did is she just said, I want to impeach Trump no matter what, so I'll find a phone call or do whatever I can. What we're doing is we're going through the process of actually documenting the evidence. So if that's where the evidence leads, yes, I think it should. But we got to understand, if the family of the sitting president has taken millions of dollars from foreign countries and foreign sources, how can the president do his job without being co-opted by the interests of the family?
Congressman, thanks for your time again this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you.